an AppleVis original.
Hello, AppleVis friends. This is Michael Hansen. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that today finds you well wherever you are. In this podcast, I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and giving my initial first hands-on impressions of the all-new iPhone 17e. The iPhone 17e is Apple's new budget iPhone. It starts at $599 US. For that price, you get an A19 series processor, you get 256 gigabytes of storage, you get MagSafe charging up to 15 watts, you get a phone with a 6.1-inch display, you get a whole lot more, and all of it, again, for the same starting price of $599 as last year. Looking at it kind of in terms of the other iPhone 17 models, we have our iPhone 17e, which is kind of the entry level, the basic iPhone. At $599 US. You have your iPhone 17, which is $200 more at $799. You have your iPhone Air at $999, your iPhone 17 Pro at $1099, and you have an iPhone 17 Pro Max at $1199. Now, my personal device is an iPhone 17 Pro Max. I like big phones. I like big batteries, and so it's not lost on me that the phone that we're looking at here is half the price of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And last year I reviewed the iPhone 16e and I really had a blast with it. Battery life was really good, speakers were really good. It did not have MagSafe, which of course this year's model does. Apple has corrected that. It also does not have the precision finding support, so for precision finding for your AirTags and things like that, and I don't think this year's model does either from what I was able to see, and it doesn't look like this one has dual frequency GPS. Whether or not that is important to you is totally a personal thing. Just giving you information here so you kind of know what's going on. But in many other ways, I really, really, really liked the iPhone 16e. And so I kind of am going into this review with some expectations. I'm expecting and thinking that the iPhone 17e is going to be a year's newer iPhone 16e with MagSafe and a newer processor. And so I'm really excited about this, to kind of see where this goes, because I think this and the lower cost iPhone is going to be what a majority of people are probably going to want to buy. So as much as I like my big, super big phones with super uber big battery, I also like to kind of look at the other end of it, the basic model, to know who is this phone for and who can it be recommended for, and can I recommend this to just somebody who just wants a good iPhone for years to come that will last a long time. So Apple was kind enough to loan me an iPhone 17e in black. It is the 512 gigabyte model. You can get your iPhone 17es, by the way, in white, black, or soft pink. You get cases, MagSafe cases. They've got crossbody straps. They sent me a crossbody as well. We're going to go ahead and open up the case first, so that when I take the phone out of the box, I can just put it right in the case. I don't have to set it anywhere while I take the case out. So got the case in the box right here, and this will, of course, you open up a case and it will give you your first look at the actual size of the device. So I've opened up the case packaging here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the case out. It's kind of in this little insert, and I'll put the insert back into the packaging. Well, maybe we're not going to do that. Let's try to put this in there. Okay, there we All right. By the way, all of the packaging for the iPhone 17e is completely fiber-based and is recyclable, so that's kind of cool. And in my hand now, I have the case for the iPhone 17e. It is a silicone case. It is a blue silicone case. And it's a typical Apple silicone case. It feels, I'm guessing, since this phone has MagSafe, that it does have the magnets inside for that. And on the front edges of the case, right, just on either side of the speaker and microphone areas there, we have the connections to attach the crossbody. What you do with that is you put the little attachment strings through the loops on the case, and then you attach your crossbody that way. But there's no, let's see, on the back of the case here, there's no real bump. I'm guessing that this phone will sit flat when it's in a case. There's a tiny little lip around, I kind of stand corrected here. There's a tiny, very, very tiny little lip around the camera cutout, but this phone doesn't have a plateau like the 17 Pro Max sitting right here next to me. I think it only has, we're gonna find out in just a second, but I think it's only got one camera. It's a 2-in-1 camera system, so nothing. This phone should be able to sit flat on any surface that you want to put it on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got the iPhone box, and picking this box up in my hand, it's a little bit heavier than what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but just picking it up, it just feels a little bit heavier. It is your typical Apple product box. On the top of the box, on the lid, it feels like what's like an embossed, my guess is it's an embossed iPhone, I don't know. It is sealed. The seals are on the bottom underside of the box, and so we're going to go ahead and open that up now, and we will go ahead and unseal, take off the seals. I think there is a second seal on the opposite side, and there we've done that. And now, for the moment that everybody, well, not quite. We're not quite to the moment everybody came here for, I don't think yet. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and open up the lid, and inside the box, the phone is face down. Phone is sitting face down, camera pointing up, and I can hear the back of this phone. It has a smooth portion. Of course, you've got your back of your phone. You also have like this smooth portion that I don't know if this is an Apple logo or what this is, or if this is where the alignment magnets will connect when you're using your MagSafe. We will find out about that. I guess when we try that, if I can get something. I don't have any MagSafe stuff, but I will try and get some. So lifted out the phone from the box. There's a little screen, there's a little protective cover over the screen, and there's a little tab that you can pull to kind of pick up the phone. And so what I'm going to do is take off that cover, and holding the iPhone 17e in my hand, facing me like I'm going to unlock it with Face ID. We have on the top right-hand side of the device, we have the side button, which of course, doubles as your power button and your Siri button. Going all the way down, to the edge of the device, we have on the bottom edge of it here, we have either speaker, microphone port. I don't know which is which yet. We're going to find out when we turn the thing on and we start hearing it talk. We have a USB-C port. If you're coming to this from from an iPhone 15 or older, you will need a new set of cables. Apple does include a USB-C cable in the box. but you will need your own power adapter that connects to a USB-C cable. Basically all recent iPhone models, Apple does not include a power brick in the box, but you do get a USB-C cable. Going back to the phone, we've got our USB-C connector, USB-C port rather, another speaker microphone hole, I don't know which is which yet. Coming up the opposite side of the phone, we have our volume down, volume up buttons, and we have our action button. There is no camera control button like on these on the E models, like there is on the 17 Pro and Pro Max. Being a blind user, I don't have much need for it. It doesn't do anything that I need. So practically speaking, that's not much of a loss for me. So backside of the phone and the sides are aluminum, except for there's a place on the back, kind of the middle of the phone. I'm guessing that's probably where the Apple logo is. We have a 6.1 diagonal, 6.1 inch display, and that is 6.1 inches diagonally. Going back to the back of the phone, we do only have one tiny little camera, so there's no huge camera bump, nothing like that, and I suspect that this thing is going to sit just perfectly when you put it on the table. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on the box and set the box down. Now, as I hold the iPhone 17e, a couple things come to mind. In my head, I seem to remember last year's iPhone 16e being smaller. I loved the iPhone 13 mini. I tried it for a couple weeks. It was not for me because of the battery size, but I love the iPhone 13 mini, and I would love Apple to make a new E model now with better battery and or a new mini model rather, with better battery and all the things. I think it'd be really, really cool. But I seem to remember the iPhone 17e being smaller, or the 16e being smaller than what this is. Of course, that is not the case. They are the same size. But that's just the first impression I got holding it. It feels a little bit bigger than what I was remembering from last year's model. But an important note, it is not any bigger. It's just my imagination. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this in the case. And it snaps in the case, and I'm going to just set it down so we can know, does it move? No. So it does not. It sits flat on a surface. So now we know. So I've got the phone mostly set up now. Still got a couple of things that I need to finish or let the system kind of finish in the background. But I've been able to make some phone calls and spend some time with the phone. Even, unfortunately, sadly, dropped it once. No, I'm not kidding. It was an accident. It just slipped out of my hand. And so that is score one for the more durable glass on the front cover. Ceramic Shield 2 that is up to 3 times more scratch resistant than the previous model. The case saved the phone, so we are very, very glad about that. So now that I've done everything, including drop the phone, I can kind of come to some conclusions about it and just some initial first-hand impressions. So first thing I noticed really kind of off the bat when I started using it is the sound profile. Now, granted, I'm comparing it to an iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the 17 Pro Max is bigger, but what I'm noticing is that the 17e, the sound is more consistent, and it is less fluctuation with the timbre. So iPhone 17e certainly, I think, probably sounds a little bit more bassy, but it also kind of got more high end, whereas on the 17e, it's more consistent. Sound doesn't get as loud per se, but it's still plenty loud. But what you hear at lower volumes is also what you hear at higher volumes. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the 17E here and give a demonstration as I navigate around my home screen. We'll do this a few times. I'm holding the phone right in front of me so that you can hear it. I'm going to try and hold it in the same spot as I do the 17 Pro Max and try and hold them same spots. Try and give as close of a comparison as I possibly can. So here we go.
Settings. Double tap to open.
Okay, we're going to swipe to the right here.
Bible, weather bug, WF, clock, camera, photos, notes, lyric, Facebook, reminders, passwords, wallet, chase, T-Life, user ride, watch, YouTube, Slack, scanner rating, Mobile, fully 20, my eyes, App Store, search, doc, phone, messages, mail, Safari, mail, messages, phone, search, App Store, my eyes, fully Mobile, scanner, Slack, YouTube, watch, user ride, T-Life, chase, wallet, passwords, reminder, Facebook, lyric, notes, photos, camera, clock, WF, weather bug, Bible, settings.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
We're going to go ahead and try the Tom voice so you can hear that.
Settings, containers, voices, primary voice.
Tom, enhanced. Settings. Double tap to open.
Okay.
Bible, Weatherbug, WX, clock, camera, photos, notes, lyric, Facebook, reminders, passwords, wallet, chase, T-Life, user ride, watch, YouTube, Slack, scanner radio, Bard Mobile, Flight Radar 20, Be My Eyes, App Store, search, doc, phone, messages, mail, Safari, mail, messages, phone, search, apps, Be My, Bard, scan, Slack, YouTube, watch, user, T-Life, chase, wallet, pass, remind, face, lyric, note, phone, camera, clock, weather, Bible, settings. Double tap to open.
Now we're going to try the Alex voice.
Head actions, head containers, voices, top,
Alex. Settings. Bible. Weather. WF. Clock. Camera. Photos. Notes. Layer. Facebook. Reminder. Password. Wallet. Chase. T-Life. Use. Watch. YouTube. Slack. Scanner. Bard. Flight. Be My App Store. Search. Doc. Messages. Mail. Safari. Mail. Messages. Phone. Search. Apps. Be My. Flight. Bard. Scanner. Slack. YouTube. Watch. Use. T-Life. Chase. Wallet. Password. Remind. Face. Layer. Notes. Photo. Camera. Clock. Weather. Bible. Settings. Containers. Add actions. Contain voices. Alex. Selected. Read. Primary voice.
Okay. That was the iPhone 17e. We're going to do the same thing now on the iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Settings. Double tap to open. Bible. Weatherbug. WF. Clock. Camera. Photos. Notes. Lyric. Facebook. Reminder. Passwords. Wallet. Chase. T-Life. User ride. Watch. YouTube. Slack. Scanner rate. Barbo. Fully Radar. Be My Eyes. App Store. Search. Doc. Messages. Mail. Safari. Mail. Messages. Phone. Search. App Store. Be My Eyes. Fully Radar. Barbo. Scanner. Slack. YouTube. Watch. User ride. T-Life. Chase. Wallet. Password. Reminder. Facebook. Lyric. Notes. Photos. Camera. Clock. Weatherbug. Bible. Settings.
Okay.
Add containers. Voices. Primary voice.
Tom, enhanced.
Switching to Tom.
Settings. Double tap to open. Bible, Weatherbug, WX, clock, camera, photos, notes, lyric, Facebook, reminder, password, wallet, chase, T-Life, user, watch, YouTube, Slack, scanner, Bard Mobile, Flight Radar, Be My Eye, App Store, search, doc, phone, messages, mail, Safari, mail, message, phone, search, apps, Be My, Flight Bard, scan, Slack, YouTube, watch, user, T-Life, chase, wallet, pass, remind, face, lyric, note, photo, camera, clock, weather, Bible, settings.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
We're going to switch to Alex.
Containers. Voice speaking 55%. 60 words. Speaking rate. Word characters. Actions. Headings. Voices. Tom.
Alex. Settings.
Okay, here we go.
Double tap to open. Bible. Weatherbug. WF. Clock. Camera. Photo. Notes. Layer. Facebook. Remind. Password. Wallet. Chase. T-Life. Use. Watch. YouTube. Slack. Scanner. Bard. Flight Rate. Be My App Store. Search. Doc. Phone. Messages. Mail. Safari. Mail. Messages. Phone. Search. Apps. Be My. Flight. Bar. Scan. Slack. Use. Watch. Use. T-Life. Chase. Wallet. Password. Remind. Face. Layer. Notes. Photo. Camera. Clock. Weather. Vibe. Settings. Containers. Voice speaking rate. Voices. Alex. Tom. Read. Alex. Read. Primary voice.
Okay. So, what I hear, I hope that it comes across on the recording, but what I'm hearing is that the sound on the 17 Pro Max is much more inconsistent. There's certainly much more higher end, but kind of especially in the mids, it kind of feels like or sounds like VoiceOver. It's not a very particularly full-bodied sound. So here's our
settings. Bible, Weatherbug, WX, clock, camera, photos, notes, lyric, Facebook, reminders, passwords.
That's
wallet,
our 17E.
Chase, wallet, password, remind, Facebook, lyric, notes, photos, camera, clock, Weatherbug, Bible, settings. Double tap to open.
And here's our 17 Pro Max.
Settings. Bible, Weatherbug, WX, clock, camera, photos, notes, lyric, Facebook, reminder, password, wallet, Chase, T-Life, user, watch, YouTube, Slack, scanner, Barbo, Fully Radar, Be My Eyes, App Store, search, doc, phone, 14 items. Double tap to open.
Another interesting kind of tidbit about the sound is I've noticed that keyboard clicks are louder on the 17E, certainly. which I know has been a concern with keyboard feedback, and it's quiet. It's certainly louder on the 17E for whatever reason. So I don't know if the device has a different sound profile or it's configured differently, but it kind of sounds to me like there's less dynamic range with the 17E sound, and maybe the quieter sounds are being boosted and kind of lower. Maybe the whole range is kind of compressed, so the quiet is louder and the louder is quieter. Not sure what I think, which I think sounds better. I'm kind of leaning towards, I kind of like the more consistent profile of the 17E sound, but we'll kind of have to play with that and try it. VoiceOver performance seems to be pretty similar. I am noticing so far a little bit of lag in Facebook, where I'm not seeing that on the 17 Pro Max. They're both running just your stock iOS 26.3.2. Don't know what to attribute that to. Another thing that I am also kind of noticing is that when we toggle the focus on the iPhone 17e, VoiceOver does not say what your focus status is. I have it set to Do Not Disturb, and on my 17 Pro Max, you'll hear it. It reports that.
Focus mode, Do Not Disturb off. Focus mode, Do Not Disturb on. Focus mode, Do Not Disturb off.
Now it's not doing it.
Focus mode, Do Not Disturb on.
And on the 17E, when we try that,
Lock settings.
hold on,
Double tap to open.
just pressing it, nothing. Don't know why. The 16E did that last year as well too. So again, I have no idea, why or what is going on with that. Just something that I noticed. In terms of VoiceOver performance, is moving around the home screen. It seems about the same in terms of how fast can you swipe, how responsive is the voice going to be.
Bible, weather, double plot, post notes, lyric, place, remote, pass, wallet, chase, user, wallet, user, flat, scan, art, put, apps, search, doc, message, mail, Safari.
Okay, that's the 17E. Let's try this one.
Settings, Bible, weather, double plot, amp, post notes, lyric, place, remote, pass, wallet, chase, user, wallet, user, flat, scan, art, put, apps, search, doc, message, mail, Safari.
Okay, that was the 17 Pro Max. Let's try the 17E again.
Settings, Bible, weather, double plot, amp, post notes, lyric, place, remote, pass, wallet, chase, user, wallet, user, flat, scan, art, put, apps, search, doc, message, mail, Safari.
About the same, so no real difference with that. The rest of it is going to be, I think, things that are only going to kind of be apparent in the review. I've had it plugged in so far because I wanted it to finish the background syncing of my messages in the background. So I haven't really had a chance to test out the battery. Phone calls sound good. No real difference in call quality there. Haven't tested out the camera yet or anything like that to kind of know, any differences or anything like that. If you have any questions for me or things that you want me to address or talk about in my written review, feel free to post a comment on the podcast page on AppleVis, or if you just have questions that you want to know right now about the model, because the review, I like to really take time and really spend some time with the model before I put something out. So if you just have a question that you want to know the answer to right now, or something that you want me to review, go ahead and put a comment there, or you can send me an email at Michael, Michael, at AppleVis, AppleVis.com. All right, that is going to be about it for right now. We'll certainly have much more in our review in the coming weeks. Plus, if you have any questions, again, be sure to give us a post or send me an email. Be happy to answer any and all questions, comments, feedback that you have. Until next time, thanks so much for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
This podcast was brought to you by the community at AppleVis.com. AppleVis, empowering people who are blind, deafblind, or who have low vision to get the most from Apple products and related technologies. A proud member of the Be My Eyes family. For more information, visit our website at www.applevis.com.